Ladies and gentlemen, the following episode is scheduled for one fall. Coming down the aisle are your hosts of In The Kliq, Baby Huey and Ryan Tronic.
What's up, everybody? Baby Huey here, back at it for a very special episode of In The Kliq. It's an exciting time for all of us pro wrestling and sports entertainment fans here in the Bay Area. WWE is coming back for 2 shows, and here to talk all about it is the current WWE Raw Women's Champion, the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. How's it going, Bianca?
It's going good. I'm feeling good, feeling great.
Awesome. Well, listen, like I said, I'm excited. You guys are coming back to the Bay Area for 2 shows. Monday Night Raw will be at the SAP Center in San Jose Monday, September 19th. SAPcenter.com for more info. And the day before, Sunday Stunner will be at the Oakland Arena, Sunday, September 18th, the oaklandarena.com for more info as well. And tickets for both shows are available through Ticketmaster.com. But Bianca, I got so many questions for you. Of course, number one, that's, I think, on the minds for all the WWE Universe. Here we are, almost about 2 months now since Triple H took over for head of creative. I'm just curious your thoughts on how's that been for you with Triple H now in charge?
Everything's been great. You know, I've been having a relationship with Triple H ever since NXT. You know, I started in NXT in 2016, and he was the very first person, you know, that came to me and, you know, really instilled that, you know, I'm walking in my purpose and wrestling is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's been there ever since the development of Bianca Belair when I first stepped on the scene. So it's exciting times, and I'm just excited for the future.
Have you had a chance to maybe talk more one-on-one with him about maybe what your current plans are for the foreseeable future? I mean, have you had a chance to kind of get an idea what he expects of you for the coming months now?
Well, I think that he expects of me the same thing that he expected of me in NXT, and that's just to go out there and be Bianca Belair and be the EST. Every time I step in the ring, he expects for me to be the strongest, the fastest, the roughest, the toughest, the quickest, the greatest, the best. And now that I'm champion, expects me to go out there and still, you know, be the face of this company and just go out there and put on great shows for our fans and put smiles on our fans' faces.
Absolutely. I love it. Cannot wait to see you come back to the Bay Area. It's always an amazing time seeing you in the ring. But, you know, here we are. It's about, a little over a week now since Clash at the Castle. And last week's episode of Monday Night Raw, we see that it looks like Bayley is next up for you as a challenger for the Raw Women's Championship. So I'm kind of get your thoughts about going up against her again. I know we saw you guys a little over, a year ago. You had the Hell in the Cell match in the Thunderdome era. But so what can you expect? Are you intimidated to go up against another member of the Four Horsewomen? How is this different than it was a year ago?
It's very different. You know, when I first came on the scene on the main roster, Bayley was my very first feud. She was who I went against, and I was able to introduce myself as the EST to the main roster audience by feuding with Bayley, and I was able to conquer her. But we have unfinished business. You know, we were supposed to have an I Quit match, and she got injured, and she's been away for over a year, so she's back with a vengeance. So this is a completely different Bayley. She has a chip on her shoulder. While she was away, I main event at WrestleMania. I became SmackDown Women's Champion. I'm now Raw Women's Champion. I've made history. I won an ESPY. And now when now that she's back, I'm champion. So a lot has changed. So now she has a chip on her shoulder. So she's a lot more dangerous now. She's a lot more unpredictable. She's also come back with 2 other people on her side, Io Sky and Dakota Kai. They are damage control. So I have the numbers game playing against me. She's playing mind tricks. But right now, you know, I'm ready for whatever comes. If it is me and Bayley at Extreme Rules, then I'm excited to close this chapter of this unfinished business that we have. As long as she just stops running from me, because I stay ready, so I don't have to get ready.
So, you know, you and we talked over a year ago, I believe it was last June, and I kind of mentioned the idea of you kind of slaying every member of the Four Horsewomen, and now here we are over a year later. You know, you did beat Bayley once, like I said, Hell in a Cell. You are going to potentially, looks like, go up against her again. You know, WrestleMania 37, you defeated Sasha Banks. This year's WrestleMania 38, defeated Becky Lynch. So you got 3 of the 4 horsewomen you've defeated at one point or another. Do you see yourself as that's your personal goal, is to defeat every member of the Four Horsewomen? I know you had a couple matches with Charlotte end of last year those were in DQs on Raw. But is that like a personal goal of yours, is to defeat every member of the Four Horsewomen?
Yes, that is one of my top goals, is to eventually defeat and pin our Four Horsewomen. Like you said, I've gotten 3 out of the 4. I'm excited to go up against Bayley again to just solidify the fact that she was one of the horsewomen that I have pinned. And then eventually, to go after Charlotte Flair. I mean, and for her to be the last one that I have to try to conquer is a big task for me, being that, when I first came into WWE, she was one of the first women that I looked up to. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people forget that she is a homegrown talent. I mean, her dad is Ric Flair, but she is a homegrown talent. So I always saw myself in her. So for her to be the last one I have to conquer, I feel like I really be at the top of the mountaintop. And, I feel like I'm at the forefront of a new generation of women wrestlers coming through. You have Rhea Ripley right there alongside me. So my thing is, they don't have to go anywhere. They just have to, move over and make some room for us because we're on the scene now.
Yes, love hearing that. So we all know, this past SummerSlam, amazing match with you and Becky Lynch is a rematch from WrestleMania. As we know now, Becky Lynch did get injured in that match. So I'm just kind of curious for you as a performer, did you know early on that she was injured? And if so, how do you react in that moment? How do you make the adjustments? I mean, it must be a really crazy thing. You got like the whole stadium, people looking at you, but how do you adjust when someone is injured early on in the match?
We are amazing at what we do. But no, I think that just really shows how tough and how committed Becky Lynch is to what she does as a competitor, as a performer. I mean, when we're in there, we're in the thick of it. All we're thinking about is our main goal. And so when you have someone like Becky Lynch who gets injured very early in the match, there's no point where you're thinking, oh, we're stopping. No, This is something that it's a year-long feud. We're closing this chapter. We got to push through. I mean, when WrestleMania, I got black-eyed halfway through the match. It was never a moment of I'm stopping because we're very committed. We're just committed to what we do, and we love what we do. And you have to have a passion for WWE and wrestling to be successful at this. You just have to be bred different. And Becky Lynch is someone who is definitely bred different.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like, kudos to you for finishing your WrestleMania match the way you did. I was there and saw it in person. So, yeah, it was an amazing feat. But speaking of feats and feats of strength specifically, you are the EST of WWE, and we've seen you do some amazing feats of strength in and out of the ring. And we've seen you carry Otis. You see you lift, Sasha Banks over your head, walk back into the ring. Has there anything you wanted to try to do in the ring, but you haven't had a chance to do yet?
There's so many things that I want to do in the ring. I'm really big on pulling them out at the right times. I'm really big on saving those big feats of strength and saving those big top rope moves for those really big moments and pulling it out for the right time. So, there's always something in the EST's back pocket that I'm going to pull out at the moment that you might least expect it. But there's definitely a lot of things in my back pocket that I'm able to do in the ring that's going to show that I am the strongest and the fastest and the roughest, the toughest, the quickest, the greatest, the best. So just stay tuned. You got to keep watching me. Okay, right on. And listen, we see a lot of members of the WWE roster, either Raw or SmackDown, make appearances back on NXT 2.0. Is that something you've thought about, maybe at some point to go back down NXT 2.0, have a run down there? And is anyone on the current NXT 2.0 roster you would love to have a program with? I mean, of course. I mean, NXT, I'm a homegrown talent, so NXT is where it all started. So it would really feel full circle to go back at some point in time. Right now, maybe not right now because I'm Raw Women's Champion, but I never got to win the NXT Women's title. So I mean, I would love to go back and Mandy Rose is doing amazing things right now. I've never gotten to have a feud with Mandy in NXT, Raw, or SmackDown. So maybe Mandy Rose. Right on. Okay. That'd be something very cool to check out. Listen, I know you got a busy schedule. Real quick, I do want to ask you about your husband, Montez Ford. Listen, I love the Street Profits. Everyone loves Street Profits. One of the best tag teams of all time.
And listen, I know they accomplished pretty much everything you can do. And with that being said, a lot of fans online, you look at Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff, they all kind of speculate what's next for the Street Profits potentially. I think fans, they always go to the thought, oh, they should break up and go singles runs and whatnot. And, Montez, we've seen him just gain so much muscle. And a lot of people are anticipating, oh, is he getting ready for a potential singles run? I know, I'm just kind of curious, you're with him so much. Does that kind of weigh on him mentally? Like, people are so focused on the team breaking up and him going on a singles run and not just enjoy maybe what the Street Profits are doing in real time?
No, honestly, it doesn't. My husband is someone who lives in the moment. Mm-hmm. He doesn't worry about or focus on things that haven't happened yet or the possibility of things. He's very focused on what's happening in the moment and just being the absolute best version of himself where he is right now. Anything that he's doing to improve himself is to make the Street Profits better. Right now, they've been in the run for the tag team titles for a very long time. So his main goal right now is to, continue this on with his brother, Angelo Dawkins, and try to get those tag team titles. And then whatever comes in the future is what's going to happen. I mean, we live by the motto, like, what's for you will be for you. Mm-hmm. I will say the future is going to be amazing for him. He has so much potential, and I can't wait until that time comes. But in the meantime, they are a tag team. They have a very strong bond, and they're going after those tag team titles. Absolutely.
Love hearing that. Bianca, listen, huge fan of you. Thank you, as always, for making the time. Looking forward to see WWE come back to the Bay Area, Monday Night Raw, SAP Center, Monday, September 19th. But the day before, Sunday Stunner will be at the Oakland Arena on Sunday, September 18th. Tickets for both shows are on sale now over at Ticketmaster.com. Bianca, like I said, thank you so much for the time, and I'll see you out at both shows, okay?
All right, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Bianca. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There you have it. Thank you again to Bianca Belair for being on the show. If you are in the Bay Area, go see WWE Monday Night Raw at the SAP Center in San Jose on Monday, September 19th. For more info, just go to sapcenter.com. And WWE Sunday Stunner will be at the Oakland Arena on Sunday, September 18th. For more info, go to theoaklandarena.com. And tickets for both shows are on sale now over at Ticketmaster.com. You can follow Bianca Belair on Facebook at WWE Bianca Belair and on Twitter and Instagram at Bianca Belair WWE. Make sure to follow WWE on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube as well. All right, Kliqsters, let's go home now. Remember to subscribe to In The Kliq on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. We're also on a ton of other major podcast platforms. Help the show out by rating, reviewing, leave a comment, and share the podcast. Subscribe to In The Kliq's YouTube page, watch the videos, hit the like button, and leave a comment. Please follow In The Kliq on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search for @InTheKliq. Email us at inthekliq@gmail.com. Once again, thank you for tuning in and for all the support. And that's the bottom line, because Huey said so.